Oh. Look at that. How did I miss that? I don't know how I missed it. I don't even know where is it right there? Is that where that arrow's pointing?
It's warriors.
Did you guys already go in and get out?
Yep, we got our limit. Yeah. So what we'll do? No, we just pulled in. He wiped off the boat. Talking to a game warden guy that pulled in for a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
How about this weather?
Pretty darn lucky, aren't we?
Compared to what we've been having. So.
Yeah. Perfect opening day.
Yeah, a lot of boats here today. A lot of guys already in action. And
yeah.
So we'll get everything loaded up and ready to go.
I'll grab this. Hey, everybody. Here we are. We're going to have a great show today. It's opening day 2022. We're on Waits Lake, way up north of Spokane with the Clumdog boys. Keep watching. It's going to be a great show.
Pretty good. We're not necessarily year round. It opens December?
Yeah, there's pretty good ice fishing out here, and I've been out here all spring, and it seems like there's the most amount of people today for the season opener, which is good. Plenty of fish to be had in here. Browns and rainbows.
Yeah, lots of
a lot of trout in here. So. Plenty of them.
Bug hatch is already happening too.
Yeah.
With just a little bit of warmth that we've been getting. You'll see a lot of these bugs on top, or the birds on top of the water hitting the bugs.
Sure.
So that'll bring a lot of the fish up to the top as well.
Yeah.
So we got multiple different applications we're going to throw. We won't go too deep. We might add a little bit of weight to get us down a little bit, but for the most part, we'll be fishing pretty in the mid column for the most part.
We will put a 1 ouncer on there. We'll go down about 15 feet on the main trolling rods, and then we got one that we're going to suspend up on the surface. So we'll kind of cover multiple different depths of the water column. And a lot of the times, if you can see on the fish finder, they're kind of stacked up right toward the bottom.
Sure.
So that's where those inline weights come in, and we can really drop them down. But we'll work multiple different sections of the water column, and we should be able to get
How
on.
deep is the lake?
I think the lake tops out at like 45 maybe,
Okay.
45, 50. I don't think it's super deep. Most of the stuff we're going to be doing is kind of working the shorelines over here. They just release all the fish from the net pens. So that's where the big fish are going to find those little fish that they released. And so we're going to be working that edge right there. And
Are we looking for big fish today, guys?
Oh, we're looking for big fish for sure.
That's our goal.
Yeah, we should be able to get a couple over 20 inches, but they are in here over 8 to 10 pounds. So hopefully we get one of those big old hammers.
Heck yeah.
We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to get some lines in the water now, and we'll start fishing.
Let's go fishing.
And we're fishing. Ready to rock and roll.
Fish.
Take that, Rob. It's all you.
And then you just high stick it?
Yeah,
Is that what you
just as
said?
fast as you can.
You run to the bow of the
Oh,
boat.
look at a little aerial.
Dancing
There's some
back
nice
there.
size of that fish. Wow. Run to the bow. Sturgeon sets that thing. Oh, look at the fight. Man,
Yeah,
this
they'll
is-
have a little piss and vinegar in them. They're a little aggressive, especially if they're the brown.
So you got is that pop gear or what do you got on
So
there?
we got a small suspended crank, or actually it's a jerk bait is what it is, but behind some willow leaf blades.
Oh, you got the willow leaves.
That's a small suspended jerk bait. Doesn't troll that or dive that deep.
Sure. But this kind of brings it down, right?
And that brings it down. Plus we have that 1 ounce cannonball up there.
Right at the top of the rigging. And this got a rudder to keep it in line, right?
In line, yep. And we got long enough leader to where, since we have a lure with action with that bill, it will give it some action. This won't impede with it. So, a great setup.
There's a lot of variations of this,
There is.
right?
And I tend, and I know Brian, we like to stay with the smaller profiles. I don't care
Okay.
for the huge blades, but that
Sure.
willow blade leaf, and it
Yeah.
just mimics a small school of fish.
So this is supposed to be bait fish,
Bait
right?
fish, yep.
Awesome. Well, a little technical difficulty, guys.
Yep.
Opening day joys. We got you some first aid, a little Band-Aid for his owie. You got hooked pretty good in the meat there.
I did get hooked pretty good. One of my first times I got hooked that good, and yeah, just give the old yank with a pair of pliers, and
It was a manly effort, Brian. You have to say, him taking that out. It's just a pinhole now, but it
was deep, really deep.
It really
As soon as he
was.
ripped it out, he gave it a quick shake, and we're back fishing again. That's awesome.
So I think it's a good opportunity for people because there's all kinds of things on the internet about how to remove that hook.
it is.
And Eric, you just grabbed the pliers and yarded it out.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do the whole countdown and wrap the line around it and have these guys laugh anymore. So I just yarded it out with a pair of pliers, and to me, that's the best way to do it. Just get it over with.
It was,
Yeah.
And one thing you made sure to take the back hooks off, so
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, so we were using a crankbait, so I took the back treble hook off to where when I yanked that other one out, I wasn't embedding myself with the other hook. So
Yeah, a little safety first.
you'll find that on the internet too.
Yeah. Very level-headed approach.
Oh yeah.
I think we did a good job overall, and we were just starting to talk about net pens
Yes.
when we had our little interruption there.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry.
And there's something interesting is that there's a cooperation between the 2 or 3 resorts, the WDFW, and a local fishing club to have these net pens and raise and rear fish for release right on the lake.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so the net pens are a really good thing for out of this lake. I do think they have rainbows and browns in those net pens. So yeah, once they release those, the fish tend to really go crazy for them because that's more food and more fish in the water for them to eat.
Right.
So yeah, it's a really productive fishery out here at Waits.
I hear it's something around 45,000 browns and rainbows in the, how did they put it? They put it plant, grow, and catch. Something like that.
Yeah,
Something
something
like
like
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Plant, grow, release.
Plant, go, release
Something.
class. That's a
Yeah.
lot of fish in this lake. And that's what I think all these boats are out here looking for, some of those fish. The biologist we ran into says a lot of what we're catching is last year's released fish. If we're in the 13 to 15 inch class, they hold over, they grow, they feed off of stuff, and make a nice class of fish here for opening day.
Yep. Plenty of them in here.
Yes,
we just
there
got to
is.
find a few.
We found one.
Without a hook in the finger.
Yeah.
We're good to go. We're
Right.
good to go. We got that out of the way.
We're back trolling again, guys. Keep watching. We'll be back with more Northwest Fishing and Brian Clum and Eric Magnuson. So what are we doing, guys? We're adjusting some gear here.
Yeah,
huh?
so we're changing it up. The rigging that I had on earlier was a Max Smile blade with a slow death hook, which is the same approach that we do for the walleye.
Okay.
But since they're short striking it, we're going to go ahead and put on double whammy, which has got the dual hooks.
Yeah.
So it usually helps with those short strikes. So when they come up and they're nipping at the tail, they'll get caught on that back hook.
So which one's the main hook?
Main hook, trailer hook.
Do you ever get to catch one, Brian?
No,
You mean
full-time
the
fishing
guy?
guy. I never get to catch fish.
Well, this is a special day then.
I like it.
It is a special day.
You were just saying that's that what you just put on.
Yeah, this is that max lure that I stuck on there with that little bit of a trailer hook. So I think that helps a lot with those short strikes. So. Good brown?
Yeah, a little brownie.
Little brownie. Sweet.
That's awesome. So we're going for brown trout and rainbows right here.
Yep. So there we go. And that's kind of what I was talking about with running that trailer hook. See how he missed the top hook and he ended up hitting the rear. So that's where that really comes in handy on those short strikes.
Fish! Let me grab it.
Where is that? Over.
We're gonna run out of rods here pretty soon.
Oh, there he goes. Seemed like he gave up there for a little while, and now he's...
Another brown.
Oh, wow, Bill.
I don't even want to touch that lure right now.
All pliers.
Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah, beautiful fish. We'll let him
Look at those spots.
go. And these are hatchery browns. They stock those here, right, Rob?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's part of the release program. They are put in here for us to catch and retain.
So we could retain that. We're just letting it go for today. All right.
Doubled up. Alright, that's good. We're doubled up.
That was a drive-by.
Yep.
Well, looks like Eric might get his in.
No flopping?
Yeah, I think so.
So you're just gonna hoist them in, huh?
Ooh, brownie.
That's our third brown.
Taking us around town.
Take him to brownie.
I'm definitely keeping that in.
What's that, Eric?
You gotta say that again. You gotta deliver that line with some.
Oh, I said we're taking it to Browntown. A lot of Browns in here.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's like Brown City.
Kind of one of the general rules is if you catch one of these trout and they are bleeding, even if you are doing a catch and release, you want to keep them. You don't want to put them back in the water. Don't let a fish go to waste. So if it's bleeding like that, we recommend keeping it. Obviously, if you're getting close to your limit, then that's going to kind of shorten your day up a little bit. But yeah, we always want to keep them if they're bleeding like that. We want to release these fish nice and healthy, and if they're not nice and healthy, we'll put them in the box and take them home and eat them.
I don't see you catching no fish.
We just
caught one.
put one in the box.
I caught 6.
All right.
Oh, mate.
Throw them back. I don't keep them.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the tag.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good program.
Clumdog, huh? Where you out of?
Out of Spokane. Yep.
All right.
Good luck. Have fun.
Yep. Okay.
So there's the trout derby going on. State of Washington's putting on with tagged fish in many of our lakes, and you can win up to I think Sportsman's might be doing gift cards through them, some money awards and some other things like that. But yeah, look into it. That's a great opportunity, especially if you take your kids out and chase some of these trout, and it'd be a really good, fun way for them to get involved in the fishing.
So there's a website portal where you register when you get a tagged
When
fish.
you get a tagged fish.
And it's all linked to that wdfw.wa.gov website. And there's a listing of lakes and prizes all there for you to find.
Yes.
You got a big one.
I think he's
Holy cow, is it still there?
I think so.
I think it's a big one.
I think he pinned himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a prime example of those netting fish.
We have
right
got
there.
to get this, Hillary, Eric Magnuson, pro fisherman
With a tank.
with a tank. Oh, and he releases it. That is skill. What a clean release right at the boat.
Could have lost my personal best.
That was a monster.
Dang it.
They call them jumbos.
Yeah, that's why they call them jumbos.
It's okay.
We got more time.
We got more time. It's still early.
It is early.
Oh, that's one of those little 8-inchers.
So you can really see it though when you when there's a takedown.
Yeah. And like Brian was saying, these rods are a little bit more limber, where if we had a little bit more stiffer rods with these smaller fish, you're really going to rip the hook out of their mouth.
Sure.
They're almost like a setting the hook themselves a lot.
Yeah, you want that flex.
Yep.
Comes with the fish so that they hook themselves there, right? They come with it. Oh, no aerial action. Now is that another brown trout or is that a rainbow?
Like brown.
I don't see.
Brown.
Yeah, some spots.
So the fish that he just caught there, I'm assuming that was released in the fall. The fish that they just released out of the net pens are like 8-inch fish. We'll probably catch a few of them today and show you. But I think that's one of the fish from last fall, which is really pretty brown.
Right behind me is Winona Lake Resort on Waits Lake. It's opening day. There's a lot of RVs, pretty popular destination. There's a couple other resorts and a public access area as well. We came through the town of Valley, Washington on our way north out of Spokane to get here, and just wanted to give you a little information to go ahead and Google Waits Lake, Washington for more information about the lodging here, the access, and just how to get here.
More power nuggets in Browntown right after this.
Hey Northwest fishing fans, Hannah Pennybaker here. So it's opening day of trout fishing here in Washington State. It's the 4th Saturday in April, and you've got your limit of trout. Well, how do you go from this to this? Our resident trout expert, Chris Decker, is going to show you exactly how.
We're going to go ahead and get right to it. We're going to start filleting this trout that we caught today. We have already gutted at the lake, so we can leave all the guts for the crawfish and the ecosystem there. My first cut that I always make is I go ahead and cut right behind the collar, from here right on up as close to the head as I can get, so it gets right in there and gets as much meat as you can get. And then the next cut that I like to make goes, and you're just cutting through the skin from the top of the head all the way back to the tail. And it's going to go right from the head all the way down the spine, right to the back of the tail. And then I like to flip it over and do the same on the other side. Now that you've got both sides opened up, it's a lot easier to just take the point of your knife and go ahead and cut about down to the ribs, but you don't want to cut through them. You know you're doing it right when you can hear the clicking of your knife against the bones, the pin bones. And then you have a nice deep cut there. And I'm gonna go ahead and get right up here to the head. That fillet is now freed up. I like to just keep flipping to try to get as much meat off the bone as possible, because it's a lot easier to fillet something when you have very repeatable steps. So it always feels the same, it always cuts the same. And then it's gonna go ahead and just hold and get the belly of your knife to get a little bit of flex so you don't miss any of the meat on the bottom. And then you just go ahead and go clean on through. Right to the tail. The closer and tighter you can get to the ribs, the more meat you leave on and the less bones you have to pick out later. And there's one fillet. In regards to what kind of a fillet knife you're going to want for trout is, I would say really anything will work. You want it to have just a nice little amount of bend to it so you can get the belly of the knife to bend a little bit when you apply pressure, but you're not going to want it to, snap like a butter knife or something. As long as you can keep it nice and sharp, it's really just going to keep cutting well for you. And I always like to use my work sharp here. It keeps almost any of my knives as sharp as possible at all times. And even if there's like a crack in the blade, a chip or a nick, this thing will take it right out. It's really easy, very simple, hard to get wrong, and it creates a really nice bevel, or like a rounded bevel, so it keeps a lot more meat on your blade, so it lasts a lot longer and stays sharp longer.
German brown on the rainbow pattern. Fishing's kind of slowed down a little bit. We had a pretty productive morning, but we're hoping that this afternoon bite's really going to pick up. But we're still out here catching these nice browns out on weights, running different little crankbaits and little flasher setups and stuff. So we're gonna let this guy go here real quick, and we'll keep at it and stick with it.
Was that on the garlic?
No.
No.
I usually run stuff pretty slow. We're rolling about 1.0 to 1.2 right now. It's kind of a slow roll way of doing it. A lot of guys stick around 2 mile an hour, but I feel like if you can run slow, still get presentation on your baits, you get more time in that strike zone, and you're not just blowing right past fish. So I usually prefer 1.0 to 1.2.
All right. Woo! Trout fishing! Yeah! Oh, that looked like a little bounce right there. Too. We might double up here. That happens, guys. Whoa, look at that. Look at that, Hillary. Look at that. Fight on these guys. They're not happy coming to the boat. Looks like another brown.
Biggest one of the day.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is, Brian. Big fish of the day. We're hoisting even these boys, huh?
Yeah.
He's got some girths. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. She's got a little bit to him.
Yeah, that's pretty.
This one's,
A little better one?
yeah.
No problem? Yeah.
Oh,
There's a nice size on that rainbow. All right, Hill.
Nice, good job.
Wow.
Good fish to end the day on here.
Yeah,
Now that the
right?
rain's starting.
yeah. Thanks, guys, for bringing us out here today. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day. Starting to rain a little bit, but weather's been great
Very nice day.
here. And if they want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or you can just look up Clumdog Outdoors. We got a clumdogoutdoors.com. That's our website for the guide service, so you guys can check us out there. And yeah.
For you guys at home, thanks for watching Northwest Fishing, and we'll see you on the water.